Speaking of talking, welcome to another edition of the Rassle Talk. Really?
Wow.
Rassle Talk. Wow, I'm fooling. I'm over here. See, I'm over here. Thank you. The Rasslecast Power Hour, because you know what happened? I didn't play the intro music. Just
we have a soundboard.
Threw you off.
Didn't play the intro music. You sweaty marks, welcome to the Rasslecast Power Hour with your hosts. Thank you. Your host, me, Handsome Bane, and my partner, Tag.
I'm B Hyphen.
Oh, there he is. Thank you,
Sorry,
B Hyphen.
sorry, I was waving to the fans. You know me, gotta flex for the crowd.
Stop it.
That's what the ladies gonna see.
Stop catering to these idiots out here who all they're gonna do is they're gonna stop you in the airport. They're gonna give you something to sign. They're gonna take your earbud out of your ear.
You know what?
Take a picture with me and my grandma.
I'm grateful for everything that I signed that ends up on eBay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it.
And with us this week, a friend of mine, someone that I have already spoken to on It's Like a Podcast or whatever. We spoke about her career, and this time we're going to talk about some fandom stuff and definitely some more career stuff. Miss Princess of Perfection, Savannah Summers.
Hi,
welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Again, welcome back. Well, welcome back.
Thanks for being here.
A Hyphen podcast
Absolutely.
production, but you know, we're no strangers to each other.
I'm Hyphen. I'm Hyphen, by the way. I'm the face.
Oh,
I'm the reason for the season. Every time someone steps to the microphone. I'm just saying, man. You got to put a little seasoning on it. Can't be kicking it up all bland.
All right, Savannah, what's up? How you doing?
I'm great. It's not too early, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I was trying. And again, folks, you guys don't know what we go through to make these things happen for you. Savannah is in Australia. Yeah, that's not, that's not a bit. It's not an Australian gimmick. She is actually in Australia, lives there, wrestles there, and we're still on Eastern Standard Time in America. So yeah, some math had to be done for these schedules to match up and this thing to get recorded. So
I thought we were going to be on at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. I did the same thing because it was like the first time we talked about it, because we recorded the last time, and I was just like, yeah, so I don't know, I can be up at like 3 and then you'll be up and about and we'll talk then. And it was just like, wait a minute. And then she's like, well, if it's 10 there, it'll be 8. I was like, oh yeah, okay, all right.
Do it again.
Sorry, I do know quick maths, but I'm not,
I don't know. I was just happy to be here. I was like, I'll do whatever we got to do. I gotta get up 3 in the morning. I'll be there.
It was like 8, 10.
I don't know.
Okay.
It is frustrating, that's for sure.
But we got to it.
That's it. We made it work.
I'm gonna ask a question that is weird until we get into the history of it.
Okay.
We got to talk about the bridge on the Fisher woman suplex, because it is. I feel that it's a me trap. Every time I see it on Instagram, it's like, oh man, I can't. Because I just love bridges. I love, like, just when somebody does a really clean German or something like that, bridge is just like, yours is always like a
crisp
golden arch is what I call it.
Yeah.
Like, wow, how was that? how was that, like, is that something that you worked on? I mean, obviously you worked on everything, but like, is that something you're just like, I want to nail this every time you do it, like?
I think when I was a lot younger, I used to do like calisthenics, like a bit of dancing and gymnastics and stuff. So I think that definitely helped a lot. But I always just wanted to do the perfect plex, obviously, because, like Princess of Perfection, take it from the best. So the perfect plex. So I I definitely tried to nail it, and I think I do it pretty good. I am not flexible at all. I have no flexibility. So the fact that I can do that and it looks like maybe I am a little bit flexible, I think helps. So it's one of those ones I got to keep in there just because I think it makes me look better than I am.
It's
amazing.
Oh, thank you guys. I don't actually do it correctly either. I do it the soft way. I land pretty normal and then I jump up into the bridge because I'm not a big fan of, landing on my head.
Most people shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think maybe when I was younger, I would do that more. But now that I've gotten a bit older and a bit smarter, I'd rather just land it normal and then get up into the bridge and, hold it in tight. So that's how I do it.
Yeah, the secret is, to just, put everything on your opponent. Like, screw that guy. Screw whoever you're in there with. And, the fact that they got to protecting each other. What?
Yeah, everybody loves a working stiff. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So, like, you just don't... I hate your guts. So, you go in there and you just hurt a guy. And because that's what wrestling is all about, right? You sweaty marks. Yeah, but is there like a move? And again, we, not to go all career but I have a professional wrestler right here in front of me that I could answer some of these questions. But is there ever a move that you have to think about when you're about to do, or you're like, all right, here it is,
Yeah, for me, I would say if I do like a moonsault, I definitely have to just remember to go straight back, because otherwise I might go a bit sideways. So I'm always
like Bam Bam Bigelow.
Straight back.
Yeah, you might do that Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, I can only imagine moves like that. I think anything that flips, I feel like when you see people do Spanish fly, it's like then if they're standing on the top rope for as long as they are, it's like, yeah, I get it. Like maybe you're saying a prayer or something while you
got to psych yourself up to it.
It looks like it's something that could go terribly wrong. You could Brock Lesnar that shooting star press.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
he hit it so well when we're practicing.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Hit it in the moment.
Yeah, no.
Sure, everyone does.
That's something you want to mess up
ring.
ever. That's not something you ever want to mess up. Like it could be a one-time thing,
Yeah.
Especially
that's actually a move that I've wanted to use quite a few times, and I've done it at training, and I really would love to do it because women don't really do it. But I'm like, you see people that have botched it, and you think, is it worth it? I'm not sure it is.
Yeah. So,
I definitely couldn't hop up there and try to take that move. I would definitely stay low to the ground and to the ropes.
And it's so
I would not be trying to be a high flyer.
When you consider a lot of the people that we first saw do that move, like Mark Marrow, he's 250, Too Cold Scorpio, those guys, Too Cold Scorpio was buck. All right, he was he was not a lightweight guy going in the air doing the things that he was doing. So yeah.
And nowadays, just nearly everyone's doing them, right?
Everybody's trying.
Yeah,
everybody's trying.
That's the difference. Some people are trying, and some people are doing it.
Well, so well, all right. Well, let's talk about these spot monkeys while we're here. Are we? What's our view of matches where there are so many spots?
Yeah, not a huge fan. I mean, I'm all for the big spots, but I think they've got a place. You've got to, if it's a big match and it's worth it. If you use it too often, it gets worn out and people it just becomes nothing. They just expect it, and then it's not exciting anymore. And you want to keep those sorts of moves exciting, I think.
Hyphen, what's
something I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, what's something that we would want to see? I won't say not see anymore, but something that we would like to see used more sparingly. I think.
Can we say super kicks?
I would actually like to see super kicks get erased. I don't think everybody needs to do it anymore. If it's one person,
and that's not even a great spot.
It's not. I don't think it is.
I think it's still a good move, but for me, it's lost its like finisher appeal.
Yeah,
because
it's
everybody
not
kicks
Sweet
out
Chin
of it
music
too.
anymore.
Yeah, everybody kicks out
Yeah.
of it. So it's like,
Yeah,
all
and so it's just not believable as a finisher anymore. But I mean, still keep them in there, I guess.
right. I'm gonna go with the tower that we see on every pay-per-view. Whereas I'm really tired of the tower. And just at the end of it all, when everybody's down, it doesn't make any sense because you know, like you get two people up on the ropes, like everybody, oh, well, they're all climbing, they're gonna try to do a double suplex off the rope. We got two people on the other side that's gonna power bomb them. Everybody goes over. Oh, I'm like, what about the two guys who did the power bomb at the bottom? They're fine. Why are they down?
Right.
Like,
Right. Why are they selling?
they
Why are they
inflicted
selling?
all
Breathing.
the damage.
That's
I need
it.
to breathe.
arms.
Put myself up.
My
Put myself
arms
up,
and
brother.
my heart. It's like, guys, come on, guys. Like, yeah. I mean, like, I don't like to, you know, act like I haven't suspended my disbelief again. We're, you know, we love a business where a guy comes out and throws lightning bolts sometimes, but you know, it's like in those spots, it's like, come on, guys, we can use some logic in here sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Hyph, you have anything before we get to her just fandom?
No, I want to get to the fandom because you didn't get too much into the fandom last time on Olive House. So I want to get to the fandom and then find out exactly, Savannah. I mean, you talked about a little bit when you were on another pod, but like exactly what was it when was the moment that you loved professional wrestling? I definitely want to get into that again.
Do you want me to get into it now? I can get. I'll
we're
give you
here.
my whole story.
We're here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I just discovered wrestling when I was I think I was about 9 or 10, all by myself. I don't have any brothers. Didn't grow up with any brothers or cousins or anyone that really showed me the way. My dad wasn't into wrestling. Just found it on TV and was like, you know, what is this? This is amazing. And then I just started watching it. I got really into any wrestling. It didn't matter what was on. I just was like, if there's wrestling on, I have to watch it. I have to know. And then like my mum would start letting me know if she saw that it was on. She'd be like, wrestling's on, and I'd just run and watch whatever was on. I definitely remember the first person that really drew me in was definitely The Rock. I remember watching him and just his, you know, charisma and doing his mic spots and just really just made me fall in love with it. And I was just hooked. Just something about it, just the athleticism mixed with the, you know, drama and, you know, craziness of it all, the costumes, everything. It just really appealed to me. And I think the women, seeing that they had such strong like women that could go out there and fight as well, I loved that. And that probably really appealed to me, I think, when I was really young. So yeah, I just found it all by myself and just followed it from there, and pretty much knew I wanted to do it straight away because I just loved it.
See, that's awesome, because at least for me, my dad supported my wrestling habit, but like that was kind of it. And then he told me immediately that it wasn't real. So
did my
dad. Yeah, it's like,
this
I know
is a
that,
running gag on this show. Why do you feel the need? Why does anyone feel the need? Like,
it was the first thing my dad did when he found out I loved wrestling. He's like, you know, it's not real, right? And I was like, I don't care. What? Like, what does that even mean? I love it.
Yeah, like I do it. Like my daughter watches wrestling, and like I want her to know that they're being safe and everything, and well, safe.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not trying to say it's not a dangerous profession, because I've seen some things, as have you, Savannah. But
yes,
I also want her to know that that some of the fantastical things, like if she happened to see Randy Orton take fire to the face a few weeks ago, which she did not. If she had saw that, I'd be like, okay, that's
it's
just
a
like
show.
a movie.
It's okay.
It's just like a TV.
It's a show.
Yeah, you know, I would tell her that, but I would not want to actually straight up ruin it and be like, hey, this is all fake and it's scripted and all that. Like, it's the same thing as like, let me look behind me, make sure she's not behind. It's like you don't want to ruin Santa Claus and you don't want to ruin pro wrestling for anybody,
No.
especially when they're first getting into it.
Yeah.
But you're a liar.
That's what I would say for anybody who thinks that. I always go back to the moment. Well, for as a kid watching, we were watching the barbershop heel turn with Shawn Michaels throwing Jannetty through the window, and mere minutes before that spot, my mom was yelling like, "I don't know why you watch this whole phony mess." Anyway, she was just ragging on me, just ragging on wrestling. And it was like, all right, cool. I was like, I just like it, it was like, that's it. And then I think it was in that segment where she just like had her lips all twisted up and was just like, look at this is so fake. And then Michaels takes, like, he raises his arm and he kicks him. She's like, oh. And I love to see those moments where somebody like wrestling turns off people's cynicism and makes them believe in something real quick.
Yep.
Because then he throws them through the window and she's like, turn this off. This is too violent. And I'm like, you said it was fake.
You said it's not real.
You said it's not real, like literally 2 minutes ago.
Right.
What changed in those 2 minutes? Did you get worked?
If she thinks that is bad, she should never watch the 1999 Royal Rumble between Rocket and Mankind. Never watched that.
That was
no.
Rough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was really
poor
bad.
old Mick, man.
They would never do that now.
No, you can't. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Not in the big leagues, at least.
Yeah, right.
The big leagues, the TV leagues, the preferred leagues.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to diminish anybody else. We do want the gold sucker. You're right.
Yeah, we should. That's what we should name. Like, we should get a Patreon and say we want the gold sucker.
All right. So if you go to
Everyone
patreon.com/Rasslecast Power Hour, it's called We Want the Gold Suckers. You can donate to the show starting right now.
There you go.
There.
All
It
right.
exists now.
Love it.
That counts as a commercial also.
I do what I can.
All right. So, one thing I like about you as a performer is that you're just as effective as a heel as you are a face. I would presume that being a heel is more fun. It's just fun to be, whatever, just say whatever you want. But like,
yeah, you do it all the time to me, but whatever.
Of course.
It's easier to
It's
make
easier and it's easier and it's more fun. People want to hate, but then you run the risk of like, also like, I guess I'm trying to get to the question of, since being a face is obviously harder, what makes a good face to you?
Oh, that's good.
I'm not sure. It's hard. I think it's very individual because sometimes you just don't believe them or you just don't want to get behind them, and they can try as much as they like and really put everything into being super sweet and super nice and friendly and bubbly, but sometimes you're just like, I just don't like you.
Yeah.
So it is a lot harder. I think it is very individual. Sometimes it's just something just suits you a lot more than others. Like, we quite often will get little girls come through, but like women, but they're really little, and straight away you're just like, you have to be a face. You
gotta be a face. Yeah.
So tiny, like, you
could be a real jerk, but you gotta be.
If they're gonna be heel, I'm like, you need to show me you can do it. Like, I need to believe it. And usually when you get the really little women like that are just tiny, you're just like, I don't believe it. So you need to give me something to make me believe it, or you're just gonna be a face.
Yeah. But
so it depends.
Yeah, because when I look at guys, like, I couldn't even imagine like what a Steamboat heel run would have looked like.
Oh my God, no.
It's like, what is he doing? He's our dad.
Right.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
Stop.
You just wait for the prank to end.
And like the way Kofi was able to like pull it off, and he was doing it, I guess. And it was like, it worked, but they weren't like, I still didn't hate him.
No. They were never real heels. Like, they're getting heat, obviously, but it still didn't feel very heelish at all.
Because
I sort of have that problem at the moment because I'm really only wrestling in Adelaide because we can't really travel around too much.
Right.
And everyone in Adelaide has known me for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And even though I'm bringing through all these new girls, so they're all faces, and I'm like the big bully heel that's been around forever, like the vet, everyone still wants to cheer me. And it doesn't matter what I do or say, they still want to cheer me. And I'm like, guys, just stop. No, I'm the bad one.
No, I watched the Izzy Shaw match where Mickey Fortune relinquished the belt. And it was like, oh, this is a title match now. And everybody's like, hey. So this is like, so it was like, I saw like there was the switch of, all right, well, one of us has got to take control of the match. So that person's going to, obviously be the heel. But then it was just like, they were still like, oh, yeah, she was just the commissioner for this time and getting us through these bad times. And then it's like,
you've frozen up a bit. Oh, no, good. We're good.
It's like, it's just like, oh yeah, she got us through all these rough times with the pandemic and blah blah blah, and then you try to do something underhanded, and everybody's just like, yeah, like,
yeah, legit.
I would too.
I can't win. I can't win. They just want to cheer me. I'm just their like hometown girl that they've all known for so long, and I think I can just do no wrong at this point.
Yeah,
they're gonna fear.
Have you tried spitting? Spitting sometimes turns people against you.
Yeah, it's kind of gross in a pandemic, but whatever.
Yay, Savannah!
Well, no, because
I feel like
she can't.
I've tried everything.
She's actually like, if we think about it, if you've seen her gear when she comes to the ring, she has the wings. Yes. She's literally Australian Steamboat. Like, she's out there with wings.
You're right.
That.
You're right.
Steamboat.
She's out there, Australian Steamboat, with the wings and all the fanfare. So no, you can't. Yeah,
I love
you might
it.
as well.
This is Steve!
If you don't get Tony Schiavone off,
this is
Savannah Summers. Do it like.
Do you have a favorite announcer who you've worked with over the years, Savannah? Speaking of Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, well, in Adelaide, we had a guy, Wolf Dog was his wrestling name, and then he went to like commentary after he stopped wrestling, and I really enjoy working with him. He just has such an amazing voice for commentary, but he knows wrestling as well, which is great. And then he's been around for my whole career, so he can always reflect back on things that I've done or from my past.
That is so important,
and I love that. I love that.
That's awesome.
Rather than when you come in with someone new that you've never really met and they can't really go off much, they really don't know much about you. They're really just calling the match as it is. It's nice to have someone who knows your background and can call you like how you are.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's all part of the story.
You gotta add that little spice of anytime, Ric Flair would get like somebody do a backbreaker on him, they talk about, oh, they're working on that back from the plane accident many years ago, and it was just like, you gotta bring it up because you know what I'm saying, like, that's something that you know about him, and then it's like, oh,
they brought that up till he retired.
Absolutely, which they should
milk it.
I mean, he had a knot right in the middle of his back, like you could see it. So it was like, I doubt that it didn't bother him all the time anyway. So
I wonder if Lacey hasn't met the knot.
And that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
Am I not supposed to bring that up?
Don't do that.
That's the best.
That'll make me kick your leg out of your leg.
I love it.
Oh man,
I love that storyline, I must say.
I do too.
It's so ridiculous, but that's why I love it. I haven't seen any ridiculous stuff in so long. I'm like,
I guess.
Well, it's the fact it's ridiculous and it works, because they've tried a lot of ridiculous stuff, but it does work. And Lacey's the perfect person to do it.
Yeah, she just jumped on it straight away. Like, that's what I loved about the whole spot with both of them. Lacey has no shame. She's like, yep, I'll go for it.
She's doing a hell of a job, I think.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Handsome Bane?
This isn't what I watch wrestling for. But that's the dope thing, is that there's something for everybody, because they're, that Jerry Springer style of just trash is also like the thing that I love about pro wrestling is that we've we've established that whatever happens before this match, it's going to end in violence. So go ahead and do what you want to do. Say what you want to say right now.
Jerry,
I'm going to power bomb you at the end of all this. You know, like, like
I want my Springer beads.
Yeah. I have to say it, but I also like the fact that they gave the women a storyline that wasn't revolving around a belt. It was just a separate storyline, and I'm all for that.
Yeah, I'm here for it too.
That is nice.
I was just talking to somebody, or I think I was commenting on somebody's Instagram, and they pulled up Evolve. Or I'm sorry,
never comment on my Instagram.
Evolution. They brought up
on your
Evolution.
Instagram.
I don't know.
All right.
I hate you.
But the I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about pay-per-view.
Super Bowl Saturday.
Evolution.
Talking about Evolution.
Yeah, because I always want to say Evolve because of the other wrestling organization, Evolution. And we talk about how he who shall not be mentioned doesn't like it when talent gets themselves over. They got a whole pay-per-view over, and nobody was pushing it at all. And then it was like, well, are we going to do that again? And it's like,
no.
Let's just
Why
pretend
not?
it didn't happen.
Why not?
Yeah.
We liked it.
Evolution is probably one of my favorite pay-per-views I've watched.
Hey, we like that. Why don't we do more? Why don't I always wanted to give I always wanted the women to have a show, whether it was on, just like a network exclusive or whatever, like they used to do with NXT. It was just like, yeah, sure. I mean, you can be on Raw and SmackDown and then also have things that are going on your own show.
Yeah.
I think that works.
Agree.
Use it to sell the network, but
Yeah, I mean,
sold it to Peacock already.
I mean, if somebody doesn't think it's good shit though, then they don't do it. So
no, they won't.
It is what it is.
Yeah, All right, we want to start this gauntlet here.
Let's do the gauntlet. Let's do it.
Oh man,
do you want to explain it, or should I explain it?
All right, welcome to the gauntlet. I am going to do. We have a list of what are we up to now?
41 questions.
You have to answer them all, Savannah Summers.
So this is the gauntlet, and we're gonna ask you a few of the questions. We don't
41.
We're gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay.
And just give your answer, because it's all mostly like favorite stuff. We don't want to come out here and test anybody's knowledge or anything like that, because that's
good idea.
What happened in 1986?
It's like, shut up, man. Shut up.
I was born.
I was 3. It's okay.
What happens if you shut up? All right. So
I'll be quiet then. When you leave, I won't be quiet no more.
Do you, Hyphen, do you have your list of questions? I have mine up.
I have the list in front of me.
Okay, go ahead then.
I see there's a new entry in here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Miss Savannah that one first. And it looks like it says, who is a wrestler that everybody loves that you do not care for?
Oh, man.
That one's easy. Oh, I don't want to be mean, though. I would say Sasha Banks.
Oh!
I'm not a fan.
Do tell.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I knew I wouldn't be. Everybody loves her. Everyone loves her.
She is over like Rover.
I just
she is over like Rover.
She just doesn't draw me in. I don't feel compelled to watch her. Like, she's put on good matches and that. I don't know, the gimmick or something. It just doesn't make me love her.
Has it always been that way, like from NXT to now? Like, or I never sold you on it?
Never ever felt like I really got behind her or like I really cared. It's sad, but like, she's lovely. She's a good wrestler and she seems lovely, but I don't know. I just think it's like the gimmick maybe just doesn't appeal to me. So yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Because it is kind of just, I mean, well, for one, I think everybody has like 2 minutes to get you to care about them. And then it's like, I don't know. this kind of, well, this is a half Sasha, half Bianca Belair household. The girls.
I love Bianca. I love Bianca Belair. I'm just so happy she won the Rumble. Like, I love her.
No,
we knew you would turn it around. We knew you'd turn around. No problem.
Yeah, no, we're pumped. But that's just who my girls like. And well,
yeah,
I think kind of for my own daughter, she sees, somebody from Boston, where she was born and is currently being raised, and someone, she's like, that was around the time where she was asking like, where are all the brown people on TV? And it was just like, well, we've got LeVar Burton, we got Sasha Banks. She's like, all right, hey, I'm here for it. But
Naomi, I love Naomi.
And Naomi.
Naomi's great.
Love
She's
Naomi.
back.
So she's got all the she's got the Naomi, she's got the Funko Pops, the Naomi and Sasha. So she's waiting on.
Love it.
We're hoping for a Bianca soon. But no, I get it. Who did you say, Hyphen? Because you didn't answer this question yet. I answered this.
No, I have not answered this question, and I'm actually going to go with the wrestler formerly known as Matt Riddle. I don't see it at all. Like everybody's like, oh, he's bro, and he has like Savannah says, they have decent matches. He goes out there, he kicks off his flip flops, and he's starting stuff with our favorite Goldberg like all the time when they get beat up. But I just
don't spoil my answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm just spoiling everybody's answer tonight. But I just don't get the feel of Riddle. I just don't see it.
I get it. I mean,
yeah, I see that too.
I like him enough. But he always just reminds me of the "you're getting Adele" guy.
Yeah. Oh my God, he does.
Dude,
he really does.
You're getting Adele. It's just like, thanks, Matt Riddle. I'm gonna go with Goldberg, man.
Okay.
I know everybody.
Good job.
I feel like everybody. I don't know, man. I definitely, and again, I don't want to be mean either. And I've already said, enough before. I don't want to belabor the point. It's just like, I don't like it when guys come out there blown up. Like, something has to happen with your cardio or something, dude, because if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. But like, we also don't want your fatigue hurting folks. So don't
definitely.
But yeah, I don't know. And then I don't like when old guys come back and get title shots either. I don't mind you being on the show. But like, you can't be
taking that spot away from the younger guys that are working hard like every day for it.
We don't.
Doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth.
I think we're okay. All right. Oh, it's my turn. It's my turn. And I know you've had to have had more than one. I ask everyone, what is your most random run-in with a professional wrestler? Maybe since you have them all the time, I guess you might want to go with somebody everybody might know. I don't know, something weird.
I'll say Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, everybody has weird run-ins with Tommy Dreamer.
I met him over in Adelaide when he did a show, and I obviously I went up to introduce myself, and he sort of just stared at me and daggered me, and I was like, oh my God, he hates me already. What have I done? And I think he was just being him.
Yeah, he was working,
mucking around. But I definitely was I don't know if I should keep talking. Should I back away?
Right.
I'm not sure. And it was really awkward and weird. But yeah, he seems nice enough. But yeah, it was just a bit odd.
I don't know. I had a very random, I guess a run-in, not even a run-in, but I saw Jimmy Uso at a Burlington coat factory one time, getting a coat, before Survivor Series, and I didn't want to bother him because they were kind of relatively new to the roster, and I didn't want to be hey, this is what fame is gonna be, babe. But I didn't walk up to him. I just kind of tipped my hat, or whatever. But I didn't want to be the weird guy who comes up on you at while you're trying to purchase a jacket. But I think even more random than that, not even a run-in. Like I was at a show, and you know, it was like some of the guys that were signing autographs, and my boy was deciding whether or not to go like speak to Sandman, because you talk about Tommy Dreamer, it made me think about Sandman. Um, and we're just standing there, and we overhear Sandman say, "Man, I'm only gonna come out there. I'm gonna do my cane thing, and I'm gonna drink a beer and crush it on my head. That's all I got in me, man." And I was just like, "Oh no!" Oh no. It's just like, well, I don't want to bother him. I'm like, dude, is that like a signing? But
Right.
it's like after hearing that, he was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of ruins your enthusiasm.
That's amazing.
I just got it. So, and sure enough, like he came out there, you know what I'm saying, when the Metallica hit, he came out there, he had his beer, he was charged up, he went in the ring, he slapped a bunch of people with a kendo stick, drank his beer, he crushed it on his head, and he left. And so, well,
and he collected his paycheck.
Did anybody else?
Yeah.
Did anybody want Sandman to do anything else? No. Hey, I guess we're good. That's why we pay you. That's what you do. All right.
Nice.
That's it.
That's the best gimmick, is to be like, to just do something quick that everybody loves and then leave. And it's like, I have my moment on the show. Everybody's got to figure out their damn.
Hey, I mean, Hulk Hogan did that for years. I'm
No.
sorry.
We're all drinking. All right.
For one, no. It's not mentioned. We can't.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You love doing that shit.
You do it too.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. You blame everything on the face, whatever.
Well, he works here. Like, I call him sometimes. He works in my garage. All right, we talked about his. Oh, your most random run-in with a pro wrestler, Hyphen. That's the second question.
Well, I don't have any big names, unfortunately. I don't think. No, that's not true. I met Paul Bearer. He's not a wrestler, but I did meet Paul Bearer when I was at WrestleMania Access a few years ago. It's almost 10 years ago now. It was actually 2 years before he passed away. He was at Access, and he was just hanging out, chilling. You know, he was just off to the side. And I was like, "Hey, Paul Bearer, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm good. How are you? How are you doing today?" I'm like, "I'm doing great. No, I'm just here for WrestleMania."
Don't you dare talk to me like that, Paul.
He was super nice.
Talk to me so no.
He didn't do the voice. I didn't want him to do the voice.
I want the voice.
He didn't. He wasn't in character.
Hey, Paul, man, what's going on, dog? Shit,
he
man,
was
trying to get me a pizza.
He was chilling, and that was cool. And now that I think about it again, Zack Ryder and Drew McIntyre wrestled at Access, and I'm pretty sure Drew McIntyre told me off because I was booing him, because I was definitely all about Zack Ryder back in those days. Nice. So yeah, so the WWE champion yelled at me once. Now that I think about it, so yay me! But I don't have any other good interactions.
There's the title of the show right there.
Yay
this episode. Yeah. You got a question right now, or you want me to go?
I will pick a question.
Go for it.
Ooh, Savannah, what is your favorite promo of all time?
Oh gosh. Oh, probably if I have to pick one, there was one when the Rock and Sock Connection were a thing, but they were sort of breaking up, and they did that one where I think the Rock had like an earpiece in and was talking on the phone, and Foley came in and was talking to him, but he was like, the Rock was answering questions on his phone, and Foley thought he was like, hated him, and he's like, I guess I'll just leave. And he's like, yeah, why don't you do that? But like, he was on his phone, and I love that. I love, like, Foley's like so sad, like he doesn't want me anymore, and it was like all like sad. And then the Rock, he walks out, and then the Rock turns around, he's like, did you want something? Like, it's so good. I love that. It was like before anyone really had the little phones or the like earpieces, so it was like original at the time.
You know, Dwayne was cutting edge. He had the latest technology.
Yes. Yeah, always.
What's yours, Hype?
I believe before when we had this one, I said the Hard Times promo, but I'm going to go ahead and pick a different favorite one of mine, and I'm just going to show love to not the pipe bomb, but I am going to shout out my man CM Punk for the "Your Arms Are Too Short to Box with God" promo when he was going at The Rock prior to the Royal Rumble in 2013. I really love like that. That probably is one of his best promos that never gets mentioned, I think. He was just, I mean, that's when he was a heel again.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was on fire.
Heyman with him. It was impeccable.
Yeah. It's like I like that line, but because I've heard it so often in my life, it was
we listen to rap, so there's that.
Yeah, so I was just kind of like, meh. But I did like the delivery. Say promo. I won't say promo. Maybe I'll say segment because it kind of
I went with the segment.
A segment can totally be a promo, but
absolutely.
I'm gonna go with the coronation of the Macho King Randy Savage and Queen Sherry. That's the coronation of a king where all the heels come to the ring and celebrate him. They're showing like loyalty. They're like they're showing feet to Macho King Randy Savage at that point in time.
Yeah.
Like your boy the Genius, which is dope that he got to do a poem about his brother. We got Leaping Lanny Paffo in there, taking off his mortarboard, and like it was he killed it. He smoked. That's like he's really a genius. And then with DiBiase buying him a scepter, like giving him a gift fit for a king, and he gives him a scepter. And like Savage is like honored. It's like
he is like
all these heels are like how civil all these guys are. Like they don't look like bad guys. We just don't agree.
Right.
Just like they're all supportive. Like, you never see that in the face thing. Like anything with faces, they don't support each other like that.
That was great. I need to go back and rewatch that. It's been a while since I've seen it. The scepter immediately leaps to mind.
No, he gave him this golden scepter. Fit for a king. It was like a bunch of just gruff, like evil, like fucking. It was like the Legion from DC, Legion of Doom, just like giving each other props and patting each other on the back sincerely.
Sure was
foolishness. I love it.
Yes,
it's good.
Love it.
Okay,
so you
said favorite promo. I'm gonna go with. I just had the one in front of me. Elizabeth or Sensational Sherry?
Gotta ask it.
Probably Sensational Sherry.
Okay. I thought she was going to say Elizabeth. I thought it was coming. Ooh, Elizabeth.
I had to think about it.
I love
both of them were like a bit before my time, but obviously I've like gone back and I've watched a lot of stuff. So yeah, definitely go Sensational Sherry. She was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, anybody who can like get the talent over like a manager's supposed to, and still get like shine during the match and it not take away from the match, but add to it, make your guy look stronger, and still be like that. She was still the star of the show. Like, you know, she's gonna climb up on top of the blue cage and scream and throw her purse in there and hit somebody in the head with a shoe, get punched in the mouth.
The outfits were amazing.
Iconic.
Yes, they really are. They really, really were. Like, so good.
You just get punched in the face, and then people are still like, "What an amazing job Randy Savage did tonight!" Like, and that's Sherry. Like, no, that's what I'm saying. But like, that's kind of, you know, the job of the valet or manager at that point. But we know, like, I mean, nobody left there like, you know, I love that Sensational Sherry. I think, you know, like they hated her. Like, they made us think, like they told us that Sherry was ugly, and like a bunch of us rolled with it until we hit puberty.
And then we're like, wait a minute.
Hang on a minute.
Hey.
There are some things showing that I like.
I think I like her now.
I have to go.
Time to go to
Love
bed.
it.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, you got one more hype?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's see. We talked about. No, I'm gonna throw one in here randomly. So what did you think about the promo? No, not even the promo. The yell heard around the world when Nia Jax heard her hole. How did you feel about that, Savannah? My hole! My hole!
Just in case you hadn't heard of it.
Oh no, I watched it. I actually was watching it and heard it, and then it went crazy, and I was like, oh, okay, so everyone else heard it as well.
I heard people were mad about it backstage, and then there was
Of course they were.
They blocked it on
Yeah.
On the channel. I think they
on the YouTube channel.
But then they saw how big it went, and then they put it on the next show. Like they put it on SmackDown, and then they put it on NXT, and they're like continuing it on because it got over. And they'll have probably merch soon. Like that's what they do, isn't it? Yeah, it'll happen.
My whole
anything that gets popular that goes mainstream. I think,
and we know that. And Vince also likes butt stuff. He likes farts and goofy.
Yeah,
humor.
yeah. I think it was funny, but I actually felt like it did take away from that match. Like that match was meant to be the conclusion to like Lana finally getting her payback and putting Nia through the table, and it was so built up, and they did it pretty well. And then the whole just Nia just that exploded literally, and
it really
and
did.
went everywhere
Almost.
Yeah. And that just became what everyone was talking about instead of Lana finally winning. So, I guess you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, poor Lana.
Yeah.
But at least she's in a tag team with Naomi, so I'm interested to see how long they stay together because they seem to be having a lot of fun on TikTok these days.
I swear they were a tag team before.
They probably were. You can't remember.
Because when Lana had the dancing gimmick and the other thing that she would come out and do when she comes because she went to Alvin Ailey. You know what I'm saying? Like she grew up a Russian ballerina, then moved to the United States and went to Alvin Ailey Institute. Hey, be quiet. I didn't even touch that.
Is the soundboard doing whatever it wants now?
The soundboard is haunted, apparently.
I wonder who's touching it.
I'm one of the biggest legends. Stop.
So
I really wanted to see Naomi and Bianca team up after the Rumble when they helped each other out. I was like, they would be the best team, and I was like,
so I thought that was my thought if she didn't win. Like I was I was like, man, if she don't win, then they're gonna team them up, and then they're gonna but definitely.
I'm very happy that like Bianca's getting a singles push, but maybe down the lines they could still team up and get the tag belt at some point.
They need to do something with Naomi because they'll have her out for 4 months and then she takes another 8 months off and then she pops back up in Royal Rumble. Like,
and
I would love to see
everybody,
that.
and I mean, she's over like Rover, so
Yeah. That's what I don't get.
Still over like Rover, man.
That music hits and it goes dark and a neon comes out. Everybody's still in the glow, man.
Bro, like they don't just turn the lights off. Like that's like a thing to turn everything pitch black in that arena. Like it's like Taker is the only other guy who gets all the lights out. So then
they do it for Bray too, for the Fiend.
Well,
yeah. When he's not dead, air quotes.
Well, hopefully.
I don't know, man.
Obviously, Ric Flair doesn't know either.
We'll see.
Oh man.
Yeah, we've been sitting here trashing the product, but whatever. Sometimes
we love the product.
We like to say we were positive and everything. We're like, we're gonna talk about the product, but every episode this is like the 6th, 7th episode, Savannah. We always end up trashing the product for a few minutes.
I don't know.
it's easier to talk about the things that you don't like than the things that you like, because you just enjoy the things you like and take it in. But then the things you don't like, you notice and you want to tell people, like, don't you hate this as well? Like, shouldn't they change this?
Because I can watch the show and do the same thing, and in the very same breath be like, ugh, about something that goes on. And I'm watching.
It's only about Lacey and Ric Flair, apparently.
If I'm watching it with my daughters, oh my goodness, I'm so glad they missed that segment. I'm watching it with my daughters, and they're like, because J1 will just ask a million questions about everything. Like, she will ask me questions. What does this mean? And I'm like, aren't you watching something on the computer right now? Like,
yep.
But in that situation, I am the computer because I know all about wrestling, and so now
that was me during the Women's Royal Rumble this year.
Yeah, and
how come she's not out? She went under the ropes. But you said if they go out, they're out. I'm like, they gotta go over the ropes. But she's on the floor. Like, she went under the ropes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We gotta.
And then she cried when I wouldn't let her watch the rest of the Royal Rumble because it was her bedtime. So I'm a terrible father.
You can't dangle that in front of her, bro.
That's so mean.
It wasn't the plan. It wasn't the plan. I didn't think the Women's Rumble was calling yet. And they're like, oh, we're going to Women's Rumble. I'm like, crap, man.
And I don't know, man. Like, when you're a kid, once everything goes off, like when you get sent to bed as a child, you're like, man, I just know shit is popping off, outside, like after my bedtime. I know shit gets crunk. And nobody's doing anything.
That's what she says to me. She'll be like, she's like, how come Daddy doesn't have to go to sleep? He's going to stay up and watch TV. I want to stay up and watch TV. I'm like, no, you need to go to bed.
Bro,
like, that's not fair.
Our kids think we just like, I swear my kids think Nicole and I pop popcorn and order pizza and just we're just sitting around having the time of our lives. I'm like, dog, I'm trying to have like 2 minutes where you're not, anyway. I'm not gonna bury my kids. I don't want to bury the idea of kids to you.
Yeah, no Triple H.
Yeah, I don't, but again, like, you're there, like, their bank for knowledge. And so she's like, well, how is he getting up if he got hit with a chair? Like, she's like putting too much logic to it. So like, I kind of smarten her up a bit.
Yeah.
She's just like, but if it's fake, why do we watch it? I'm like, because you want to.
Because it's amazing.
Because you want to.
It's the best damn sport on TV.
Just continue to watch it, and then tell me if you care. Oh yeah. Well, she's like, I am kind of glad that guy really didn't go through like a real table and like hurt himself. Like, that's hurt himself.
That's what she cares about. That no one's getting seriously injured.
Like, oh, okay. All right.
And that's fake blood
carnage every week.
Right. And that's not a real bruise on his kidney. You're right.
Right.
Don't you worry, little one.
He's fine.
I see some serious internal bleeding right now. All right, you made it out of the gauntlet, and now that means that
congratulations.
We kind of just moseyed through the gauntlet after.
I know. I think we did like 4 questions of the 41.
It's fine.
No, we did 41, Savannah.
Yeah,
we did 41.
You have to sell it. You're a professional wrestler, man.
So I'm going to ask our guest to submit. Well, you're not even nominating somebody; you're just putting them in there.
Yeah,
it's their shoe.
Throw them in
just off your word. And so for the Rasslecast Hall of Fame episode, I think this is 6. Yeah, it's fine. We'll fix it in post. You can just put me saying the correct number in there or not.
No, or not. It doesn't matter. We don't number the episodes anyway.
Hey man, listen,
I honestly don't know.
All right.
This will be episode 17.
All right. So who knows?
I got your back.
We're like Saved by the Bell. So Miss Summers, if you would, your inductee to the Rasslecast Hall of Fame.
I guess, well, seems as we talked about it so highly, can I say Sensational Sherry?
Hey!
If she's not already in there.
I love it.
There we
love
go.
it.
I was gonna do it like just forcibly at some point, but I'm glad you said it.
Yeah,
It's well
definitely. Like
overdue.
she deserves to be in there.
100%. We will not do like a certain organization and pretend that, you know, for whatever reason she didn't exist for as long as she did. So you know,
I hate you.
Yeah, I love it. I've never
Good.
been
Do,
happy.
I'm
do
glad.
you
I
use the soundboard in your everyday life now?
Not
So when
yet.
Nicole makes you mad, you're like, I hate you.
I haven't had much use for that button. Like I mean, throughout the entirety of our relationship, but especially I don't know, as of late, it's just
Well,
like
that's good.
we
That's good to
there.
hear.
It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
Oh.
I mean, you know,
I do know.
you do know. Okay.
I do know. I don't know if
Okay.
you saw it, but my wife and daughter were just kind of took over the screen for a little bit while I was putting the dogs away, like about 10 minutes ago. And Aaliyah's like singing into the microphone. I'm like, what are you doing?
She can't wait to entertain, man.
I told you she got mad because she's like, you never podcast with me anymore.
Man, what are we gonna talk about? What are we gonna talk about? Huh?
I found some things.
What'd you do at school today? Fine. Anyway, yeah,
Anyway.
I'm
The
glad to have
sensational
Sherry.
Sherry.
Sensational Sherry, put her on the list.
I have an idea.
On the list.
Anyway,
I would like to nominate our first guest into the Hall of Fame, and I have to nominate because it needs to be seconded. So I'm going to throw a name out there, Handsome Bane, and hopefully you second it. Okay.
all right, let's hear who you have.
I would like to nominate Savannah Summers into the Rasslecast Hall of Fame.
Aww.
I second that.
You're so sweet.
Okay. It just has to be done as the
Motion is granted.
first person to come through and just be awesome and literally
Aww.
And
show.
be in the business.
and be in
You're
the
way too
business.
Sweet to me.
That's why I'm the face. I'm the face. See, if he
Yes.
had done it, it wouldn't have been
It makes
genuine.
sense now.
It would have been like, what's he up to?
Yeah, but then
Aw, thank you
I
so
hand you the
much.
plaque, like sheepishly hand you the plaque, and then like
Yes,
Okay.
I'll take it.
So there you go.
Thank you so
I don't
much.
wanna do it.
It's an honor to be inducted into your Hall of Fame. I appreciate it.
yeah, not everybody's gotten
means
into
the world
this
to
thing.
me.
It's a real tough company.
It's some guys out there who are never gonna get in.
You're hanging out with Undertaker and Sensational Sherry right now, so you should feel real good.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Rasslecast Hall of Fame.
Who is this?
It's your boy me. Hold on. I'm gonna get me a beer now. Hold on. I'm gonna
Is
get a
this-
beer now.
Are you Mark Calloway right now, or are you Undertaker right now?
Who knows?
You
I have to split
obviously
my
don't.
time.
Sensational Sherry.
I have to split my time. Being hang on.
So
I'm telling you, Blue Lives Matter, man. I put that.
oh wow, Taker,
I
stop.
love police, man.
Taker. We're not Blue
What?
Lives
What?
Mattering over here.
What?
I have a serious question for
Who
you
said
besides
what?
your
What happened?
obvious lack of misdirection. Okay? Or your
I'm-
obvious lack of direction.
I'm over here building a casket.
Taker,
A very deep casket for
Taker.
a very large man.
can you explain your comments when you said that wrestling has gone soft? I need
that
to know.
That was not me.
It wasn't you?
No.
It wasn't you.
It was hang on.
Man, these boys are soft nowadays, man. You go in there, you have a bag of Colombian Bam Bam. You just go ahead and you snort that. You lift some weights. You pull out a knife on a guy. Y'all play Russian roulette. And then
That's why the locker room ain't to that.
It's a
Yeah.
family show.
So anyway, I was talking about making someone rest in peace.
So
Hang on.
Savannah, since you're a professional wrestler and you have the Undertaker here, will you ask him what he means by insulting you and your other performers?
I think I know what he means, but I don't think he said it in the right sort of way. I mean, I think things have gotten like softer in a sense, but like I feel like it's because we've gotten safer. I think people are more aware of, you know, head injuries and, you know, bleeding everywhere and, you know, those sorts of things. So I think just the industry has grown, not gotten softer. I think we're all still tough, you know, people because we hit each other for a living. We land on our backs, you know, for a living. It's not an easy job. So to say people are soft is ridiculous, but we are safer in the sense that we are smarter now and we understand that we shouldn't just be giving each other concussions like every night of the week. It's probably not a great idea.
And snorting a whole bag of Colombian Bam Bam.
Yeah.
It's probably a bad idea to do that as well.
People probably still do that.
Don't make me call Michelle.
Hey man, chill.
Oh, now it's chill. Now it's chill.
Blue Lives. I did that in the wrong voice.
No.
I apologize. Yeah, and I mean, just the idea that, you know, guys are being safer and guys are saving their money and guys are finding more than one, you know, avenue to money, like making better decisions, and also the drug use not being as heavy, or at least not you know, glorified like those guys were doing. Like, I was just watching a YouTube video with the Road Warriors before a match, and it was like, before a match, it's just like, no wonder they were dumping guys on their heads. Like, they were super
they wouldn't
unsafe.
feel anything.
Yeah. Fucking Road Warriors is up there still talking about, you know what I'm saying? Road Warriors get busy, do their thing right before they come out. Can't even chop each other across the chest because they got shoulder pads on with spikes on them. Which, come on, guys. We need to do that.
It's on the level of doing crack the night before SummerSlam.
Doing crack the night before SummerSlam. That's...
I was styling out there like a champion here.
You know? That's... Dude, relax.
We like to have fun. You don't even know who you are right now. You're like 4 different people right now.
Yeah, anyway. So, all right, I'm back. Just me. No gimmicks.
Real name, no gimmicks.
So let's pivot back toward your career and your match next week.
Ooh.
Well, by this time by the time you guys listen to it, it'll be like last week maybe. So we'll see. Depending on what happens next Saturday, an Australian Saturday, an American Friday, depending on what goes there, you could be listening to the current Riot City Wrestling Women's Champion, Savannah.
Maybe. Fingers crossed. Yes, I managed to like weasel my way back into the championship picture. And
that's the best way.
Yeah.
Weaseling.
I did.
Yeah. Said like a true heel again.
Man, that's the best way.
It's all about integrity and doing the right thing.
I've lost every match, I think, for about 12 months. And I still managed to get a place in that championship match. So I take on Delta. She's the new girl. She's legitimately had like 2 matches. And she comes in and she thinks that she gets a shot at the belt, like no problem.
We're not having that shit. What?
What is that?
You see, you come in here just because you're all shoulders and arms and no brains. Yeah, that promo.
She comes in jacked, thinking she's gonna roll through everyone. But I said, nah, not taking any of that. So, and then the champion, Izzy Shaw, she is the one that pinned me for the belt, but it's not like she did a great job. She got me with a quick roll up from behind.
Yeah.
She got lucky.
Roll up, a fruit roll up. What?
That's the coward.
And she was ready for a championship match because she was already like planning to have that match, and I was thrown in at the last second because
You
Yeah,
weren't
like you
prepared.
said,
Because you would have trained
yeah,
differently.
Nikki, I
you
was
know?
so unprepared. We had a pandemic. I hadn't wrestled for like 8 months,
It's
and then
ridiculous.
I get thrown into this match. So yeah, I think it's only fair that I get another shot at the belt. And
I
it's
agree.
at the Fringe. It's at the Fringe, so that's like it's like a big festival we have in Adelaide that we're still allowed to have even with the pandemic.
Lucky you.
I know we're very lucky at the moment.
Your
So we get
government
to
took
be in like
steps to like, you know, help you guys.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Not here.
we don't have any cases in Adelaide, so that's why we're allowed.
No cases.
Yeah,
This is what happens when everybody takes care and to ensure that we can have nice things.
Yeah,
I once dreamed about a world with no cases.
Jeez.
Well, I would say only in Adelaide because we've like shut our borders to everywhere else basically. So I think Melbourne has a few, Sydney has a few cases, but Adelaide, Perth, Queensland, we're all fine. So we're allowed to have some things at the moment, and so we're doing our
nice.
Fringe. Yeah, we
Not
got the Fringe Festival.
thousands.
And it's like a big tent, so it's like wrestling in a big massive circus tent.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah,
I've been
it's
to a
gonna
show
be
like that
amazing.
before. I've been to a show like that before. It was pretty intimate.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Well, we still got some restrictions. There'll be like social distancing, but it'll be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and I'm prepared. I have a new outfit. I'm excited to wear it. And hopefully bring the belt home with me.
What was
And
that?
then-
gotta give him the and no.
And then if I do win, I will be a double champion because I'm still the Warzone Women's Champion. And that's from Melbourne, but I haven't been able to go back. So I am now the longest reigning Warzone Women's Champion. which
That's
is
amazing.
awesome.
Shout out to the
Same result.
pandemic.
The cream will rise to
Just
the
gonna
top.
hold
Oh,
it
yeah.
forever at this point.
There you go.
Who didn't say COVID didn't help people? There you go.
Right? So fingers crossed I might be a
Yikes.
double champion. I can't wait.
That'll
If
be
it happens.
amazing.
Yeah.
Izzy Shaw. Delta.
We're coming for
They
you.
got nothing.
You know what I'm saying? That's what
They got nothing.
so-
Nah, they're dealing with a Hall of Famer now. See, that's a new advantage that you got going into this match now.
That's right. That's right.
A
I've got like a
podcast
decade
Hall
on
of
both
Famer.
of those girls anyway.
There you go.
and again, I know we said this a long time ago, just so that nobody's, alarmed or upset when they look it up, because now you've listened, you've heard Savannah Summers, you've gotten, you put the 5s in the right place, you went on YouTube, and then Savannah Summers versus Sarah J pops up in your search, and it's not the Sarah J you thought it was. Don't be
It's
upset.
not. It's not.
But I mean, if you want to see if we're lying, then you can still go ahead and
Go check it out. Go
look
check
it up.
it out.
Maybe it's really her. Maybe
Completely.
it'll really be
Not a
Savannah
great match.
Summers.
I
It's
lost
not a
it
great
when
match.
y'all were talking about that last time.
It'll really be Savannah Summers, and it'll really be Sarah J. Just not that Sarah J.
That's right.
But I mean,
And not a great match. But
oh, it's fine. It's a Hall of Famer is in there.
Yeah, a
That's
Hall of Fame is in her. Hall of Famers in the match.
that's all that matters. That's all that matters. It fixes everything.
There we go.
It does. Ask Vince. Ask Vince.
Hey,
That's good shit.
hey, get away from my
I love
car. Hey, you, get away from my car with your afro.
Come here, Gronk. I'll show you how to take a bump. Show you how to take a balcony bump. Ron Gronkowski. Watch this. I'm 89.
Get out of here. Get out of here. you
89.
shithead.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be the dismount. We're going to say thank you to our guest and our host.
Thank you so much.
Mr.
Thank you for having me, guys. I love
Where-
coming on.
Where can you be found, on the interwebs?
Yeah, so Facebook, Savannah Summers, YouTube, Miss Savannah Summers, Instagram, Twitter, Savannah Summers with the 5s instead of the S's. I think that's all of it.
You can also go on Redbubble and look up Savannah
Yes.
Summers and get yourself some merch.
Get some
I
merch.
think that's Miss Savannah Summers as well.
And you
all my
can get
merchandise.
you can get a Nia Jack shirt that I put into the chat that says my hole in it as well, in
There
case
you go.
anybody's interested in that.
I'm sure there's,
Do
I know there's a day or two where they'll have some sales going on. You can get, get 'em up.
Redbubble is an excellent provider of
Yeah.
t-shirt wears.
Yeah, I'm wearing one.
It
right now.
is. It's a good one.
All right.
Okay, well, let's get out of here. It's been
so the-
Rasslecast Power Hour, right?
Yeah. No. What are you doing? Are you trying to
I'm
sign
trying-
off?
I'm trying to sign off.
Are you trying to sign off?
It's like, let's
mean-
go, let's go,
I
let's
mean-
go.
She's done. Like, why do we need to keep?
I mean,
Oh, I guess you want to talk, don't you?
no.
You
Go
want to
ahead.
talk
Go ahead.
business.
We're
Go
just
ahead
gonna
and tell the
cut it
people
there.
where they can find Handsome Bane and all that stuff. Go ahead.
Remember,
Go ahead.
dude, my kids are doing the end tag. Remember, they say both of our shits, and
I know, but
So
I
then
always
why
try
would
to.
No.
I try to end the show, and then you yell at me, and that's what I'm
No.
doing right now. Is
Listen.
making sure we get this fit in. You know what? I'm not inviting you to dinner next time. I'm just gonna go eat by myself. I'm not ordering you anything. Okay? No Grubhub for you. No Uber Eats. No Zoom call. No Zoom call dinners for you this week, Handsome Bane.
Look what you did.
He's faking. He's a heel. That's why he's a heel. He's trying to make you believe
He
it.
left us. He's like, I don't care anymore.
Face.
We dead, but we won't.
You can find B Hyphen at B Hyphen on Twitter and the B Hyphen on Instagram. Follow Handsome Bane on Twitter and Instagram at ILA_POW. The Rasslecast Power Hour is a Hyphen podcast group production.
Smell you later, sweaty marks.